Peace everyone. So if you haven't been following my channel for very long, then you might not know this, but I'm getting ready to move to Poland. Alright, to give you a little bit of background on the story, my girlfriend and I, we've been dating for almost 2 years now. She's always lived in Poland, I've always lived in Seattle. We met for the first time 6 months ago. I flew out to Poland. I stayed with her for a month. And I just graduated from college last week over here at UW. And yeah, so this is just the next chapter, and it's pretty exciting. So I'm excited to share it with everybody also. And right now, I'm just walking over to pick up the truck. Of course, as life would have it, they don't have my truck, which is super convenient. I have to go to a completely different location on the other side of town. They have their trucks, but not mine. Alrighty then, got the truck. Mission accomplished. I'm gonna run over to the store really quick because I am going to need to charge my GoPro while on the road. Jesus. And it's bouncy as can be. Well, it's finally time to go pick her up. It's really different for me this time because before it was me going to visit her, whereas now it's her coming to visit me. And it's a really different feeling being on the waiting end of things rather than the one trying to get to the goal or get to the finish line. I would say that I prefer the one going to the finish line, not the one waiting at the finish line for the person to arrive. It's a little bit more anxiety that I feel, whereas it was more anticipation.
Alrighty, so I made it to the station. Here we are, and I'm going down to catch the train. Gosh, there's like 4 escalators like straight down. Where are they taking me? I made it on the train just in time. They're like taking off like right now.
Next stop, SeaTac Airport Station. Now entering SeaTac Airport Station. This is the last stop.
So hopefully she found her way fairly easily. This is the first time that she's ever flown. So yeah, hopefully she got here. Okay. She should be over there. Finished up all the planning for the trip. This way. Well, we made it to the University of Washington, so from here it's just a short bus ride back to my house. Thank you.
How far is it?
It's not that much further. Well, we made it.
Well, she survived her first night in Seattle. Just making some pancakes for us.
So you thought you got it made for easy living, slipping out the back door. But it's not what you're made for, and there's nothing that is too late for.
Well, we're off on to today's adventure. We're going to walk over to UW campus. I'm going to show her around. We are going to head up to Northgate, do a little bit of shopping, and then come down, get some snacks from the grocery store, pack up the rest of the stuff in the truck, and prepare for the early tomorrow morning trip out.
Some more time, we don't need to worry at all.
Somebody still thinks it's winter.
But I'm here, so don't you worry, 'cause you know I'll be there in a hurry. Out of the cold into my warm hands in the sun. It's already begun. You are my one. We just dance, find romance, second chance. We don't need to worry at all.
So that's it for the tour of the UW campus. Now we're just waiting for the bus. I'm going to take it up to the mall to do a little bit of shopping.
In the sun, it's already begun. You are my one. With a simple mind, we should find some more time. We don't need to worry. It's already begun. You are my one. We just dance, find romance, second chance. We don't need to worry at all.
We're big and fat now, so we have to walk back. All right, so we're back from dinner, and we're going to just get ready for bed because we have to wake up in about 5 hours to get in the truck and start driving east.
Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've been up for about 40 minutes now. We got my room all cleared out, ready to go. Everything's in the truck. We're just gonna grab a bite to eat. We're gonna be on the road. All right, we ate some food. We're gonna get on our way now.
You ready?
Yes.
our first destination. We're coming up on 200 miles. The sun is finally coming up. It was a treacherous drive through the mountains because I couldn't tell which lane I was in. I was just trying to stay on the road. Idaho. So it's the first state line that we crossed. We're driving through Idaho Panhandle National Forest. I think the drive through here is probably about an hour and a half, maybe 150 miles or so. And right now, so we've gone about 430 miles. So we're halfway to the hotel. Through the mountains right now, and this is the first snow that I've seen all year. Montana. So Kalanya, we've been through Washington, Idaho, and now we're in Montana. How do you feel? Okay, let me tell you why U-Haul trucks suck. Okay, so we just got to about 450 miles into the trip, and we got to a part of the highway in Montana where the speed limit was 80 miles an hour, and I discovered that the U-Haul truck has a 75 mile per hour governor. So I can't go any faster than 75 miles an hour no matter how far I press the gas pedal. Now, it's kind of a good thing because there's not too much highway that is 80 miles an hour, and there's also no cruise control on this piece of crap. So I have to maintain the speed with my foot, which is annoying, but since I have a 75 mile per hour governor, I can just keep my foot pressed all the way to the floor, and it just stays at 75. The other reason that this piece of crap sucks is because there's no auxiliary cable in the gosh darn stereo, so I can't listen to any music. All I have to listen to is the stupid retarded radio, and of course, all they play is garbage. So, 3,000 miles, no music, no cruise control, but at least I have that. Alright, 550 miles in. We're going to stop off for some more gas. finally made it. Took about 14 hours on the road, probably because we had to get gas a little bit more than I expected. And of course I had to film things, and doing that with one camera is kind of time consuming. But we got pretty good at it after 12 hours, so hopefully the drive tomorrow won't take us long. There's 106. 105's got to be right here. Here we go.
Hey, are you kidding me? You're stinky.
Alright, so we're just going to get settled in and pretty much go straight to sleep. Alright, so my GoPro is acting up and I can't record anymore on it, so I had to pull out my my Canon, and yeah, it's heavy as can be. We're just outside of Mount Rushmore, so we're headed up there now. We got gas, but we are at this really weird gas station that is also a bar and a casino, so that's what it's like in South Dakota. That we have to drive.
10 miles.
What is this, bus?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we're up at 3 again, and we're about to head out. We have a 6.5 hour, 7 hour drive to Chicago, and hopefully it goes by quickly.
Well, we're about 180 miles outside of Chicago, so we got like, I don't know, maybe 3 hours left of driving, and that's it. We're almost there. We're real early this time, which is nice. We left early, so we hope to get to the hotel before 11, and we'll relax a little bit before we go to the show. Well, we're about an hour outside of Chicago, but we hit a bit of traffic. Well, we're finally in the city. We're just about a block away from our hotel, and it is just now 10 o'clock, so we made a good time. Alright, so we had to pay for parking. It was $80 to park. Fortunately, they were able to get us a room after we changed and everything in the lobby. So convenient. But they upgraded us for free, which is nice, and we have a room with a view. I thought you said there's 2 beds. Looks like 1. Oh, sweet. So here's our room. I'll show you the view we got. They gave us a room with a view. Alright, so here's the view. View of Chicago, what do you think? I think it's a justifiable view. I mean, it's not a view I'd pay money for, but if a free upgrade, then a free
It's
upgrade.
a view of parking.
Yeah. So now we have a bird's eye view of our truck. Our truck is down there. All right, we're finally heading out. Took her forever to get ready. But she looks super cute, so I can't complain. Jumping in my arm. Jumping.
She taken to. You're too high. I need to jump higher. You're doing that. I'm not prepared for such things. I'm cool.
Alright, so we're just on our way to the restaurant. We were just in the middle of some big cities, so here's Chicago, everyone. Well, we definitely couldn't have chose a better restaurant. Now we're walking back to the hotel because we need to get ready for the show. We have VIP passes, so we're going to go meet up with the band and hang out for a little bit. Well, we just got back from the meet and greet with Intervals and Plenty, and it was totally awesome. However, unfortunately, they have the video contracted out, so I'm not allowed to shoot video. I was able to get a little bit of video of them doing the sound check, which was actually totally rad because it was like a personal show. They were just playing they played like 3 of their songs, and it was just us. Anyways, we're headed back to the show. We're just grabbing a snack. And then that's gonna be it for today. Well, we're finally leaving Chicago. We slept in quite a bit because we were up late at the show and everything, and both still really tired, and we have a good old 7.5 hour drive ahead of us, so yeah. Alright, so we had something interesting happen. I would have recorded during it, but it was a predicament we were trying to get out of quickly, and it all kind of unfolded so fast that I didn't even think about recording it. But anyway, so we ended up taking a road a little bit too long, missing some exit or something like that, and I was checking the map, and I pulled off to the side and I saw gravel, and I thought, I'll just pull off here and back up, but unfortunately I got stuck. I couldn't back up, so I tried to go forward, and of course the ground was much softer than what I expected, and we ended up getting stuck. We weren't even stuck for 30 seconds before one guy stopped and got out. But he was already pushing the back of the truck before I even knew what was happening. it was like he knew I was stuck before I knew I was stuck. And we tried pushing it, and it didn't work. And we only had to push it we only tried twice before two other guys showed up in their truck, and they pulled us out with their truck. I mean, we got lost, got stuck, and got unstuck within 5 minutes. It was crazy. It was it was awesome. It was nice to have people instantly show up. They knew we were in trouble, and their whole mission in life was to just make sure we got out of that mud. But anyway, it was exciting. Now we're headed back, and hopefully we don't miss the exit this time. We just entered Ohio, so we're celebrating with a juice box. The trip is finally coming to a bittersweet end. While this part, the driving part of the trip, we still have 5,000 miles of flying to do to get to Poland. We won't do that for another week. Well, we finally made it after 2,800 miles in 4 days. Well, there's a slight change of plans. After we unloaded the truck and got it done, I called my sister, and she was on her way down about the same distance that we were south of the U-Haul drop-off place, so I'm meeting her at the U-Haul drop-off place rather than at her house. Alright, the meeting is about to occur.
And now you're recording everything. Good drive. Hi, hello. I'm sorry. It's so nice to meet you. Welcome to the States in Ohio.
Alright, so we're going to spend the next week here before our flight out to Poland, and it's been a long drive, but it was a lot of fun. We had fun. Up and ready to move the stuff to the car, and then we're going to head up to my sister's and make some breakfast and go to the airport. Alright, so we have our bags packed in the car, and we're going to head out and head north to my sister's.
Pancake dinner. Breakfast.
Well, we made it to my sister's house. This is her place up here. Alright, pancakes are eaten, and we're on our way to the airport. Said bye to my sister and my dad and my other sister, not this sister. I got two. Anyways, yeah, here we go. Yeah, well, I went to check in, and it turns out that United decided to cancel my airline tickets, and so my girlfriend is on her way to Poland. I'm sitting in Ohio. They said I could buy a ticket for $3,500 in order to make my trip. I'm on the phone with them. I'm on hold right now. And this sucks. Alright, so after waiting for a half hour, I'm still on the phone with them right now. I finally connected with somebody, but I'm on hold right now. They're contacting a supervisor. I don't know, maybe I might be able to get out today and meet my flight in Germany, but I don't know, so. Okay, so I just spent $2,500 on a new ticket, but I get to leave today. I will meet up with Anna in Germany. She has no idea yet. The good news is I got all my boarding passes. Of course, my bags cost me $300, but the good news is I don't have to pick them up anywhere except in final destination Katowice. So, oh my gosh, what a day. What a day. At least, jeez, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm gonna go through security now. Flight is over with. It's a short one. I'm in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. I've never been to this airport before. Actually, I've never even been to New Jersey, so there's something new, I guess. So the next flight out of here is to Germany, where I will get the opportunity to meet back up with Anna, which will be great. Behind me is the plane I just got off of. Alright, just walking through the food court, going down to my gate now. Fortunately, I don't have much of a layover here, just enough time to kind of get down to my gate and take a seat. It's finally time to board. I don't even know how long this flight is. This day has just been way too exhausting for me to even care at this point. That's it for that flight. It was 7 hours. Actually, wasn't too bad. I slept 80% of the time, barely. I'm not sure if I'm going through immigration here or I'm going through immigration in Poland, actually. It seems like I'm already on the other side. And that means that I can go straight to my other gate, which means I should be running into Anna soon. She doesn't know that I'm here yet, so... Alright, so she should be just down this terminal here at gate A15 and try to sneak up on her. Actually, when I was leaving Canton, Akron, I was on the plane. She called me. She asked me where I was at, and I just told her I was still at the airport, but I didn't tell her that I was actually on an airplane at the airport leaving. So hopefully nobody at home ruined the surprise, and she called somebody else or something like that. So hopefully she still doesn't know that I'm supposed to be here in Germany right now. She was really upset when she found out that I wasn't flying out with her. And I was too, but fortunately I was still able to come out the same day. I just look like I have to go through immigration over here, so do that really quick. So some interesting things transpired after walking up to immigration. I ended up getting detained, and the first thing they did was pull me into this room where I sat. It was kind of like an office. I sat there for an hour. Then they took me back to this other small dark room where there was like this guy sleeping on the floor and this one Muslim lady with like 5 children, and then this other random guy. I sat there for about a half hour, and then they took me back to the jail. They took me back to the jail, and they took me into this little room where a couple of the police officers and a translator talked to me for 4.5 hours or so, and they basically said that I broke the law by trying to enter Poland through Germany, which is very strange because it's exactly the same flight pattern that I had when I went to Poland 6 months ago. I had my passport stamped and everything. They looked at it, but they said that because when I go to Poland, I'm applying for a residency, that I have to have a visa, which it still doesn't make any sense. They said that even the translator himself told me that the German police didn't understand it. But I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork. They charged me with trying to enter Germany without a passport or without a visa, for which I declined charges. I didn't admit to anything. But basically, when they first pulled me into the office, they were talking about, oh, they just need to interview me and ask me questions, and then they'll get me on a later flight, which is really unfortunate considering I was trying to supervise Anna on the other side of immigration because we couldn't fly out from Ohio together, and I spent all that money to fly out the same day so that I could meet her here in Germany, and I ended up not getting to meet her at all. She still doesn't even know that I'm in Germany right now. So they said that they'd be able to get me on the next flight into Poland, but then of course the captain of the police came in and they were just talking in German, and then after like 20 minutes of them talking back and forth, the translator looked at me and he's like, bad news. Actually, I have really, really bad news. And that's when he told me that I can't fly into Poland. And then he talked in German with the police for another really long period of time. And they said that, they told me that it was illegal for me to fly in Poland from Germany because Poland and Germany is in this group, I can't even remember, Schengen group, province or whatever, and the only way for me to get to Poland is if I fly to either London or Istanbul. So I have to fly to Istanbul and then I can fly from there to Poland. And they charged me $300 for being arrested. They said that my arrest was, I don't know. They said that it was a process and it cost me $300 to be arrested. And now I'm sitting here in the terminal because I have this paperwork. They took my passport and they gave me this paperwork that lets me go through security, and I have to sleep in the terminal. I have to check in. I have to check in with the police every 2 hours. Of course, I'm not allowed to leave the airport. And if they're right now, they're waiting on permission from the Polish police. If they say that it's okay for me to enter Poland, then it will cost me another $1,000 to fly to Istanbul and then to Poland. If they say no, then I have to sleep on these benches here, and tomorrow I get sent back to the US. As far as I know, I don't know how that will affect my potential re-entry into Poland. However, at this point, I don't think that it's very likely that I'll be getting into Poland anytime soon, which really sucks. It's probably the most unfortunate series of events I've ever gone through. Just, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Well, I just officially got the okay to buy my ticket to Istanbul, and then from Istanbul to Poland. So I'm headed down to the checkout counter, or check-in counter, whatever, to buy my ticket. Hopefully it's the price they quoted me in the office. They said it was going to be around $1,000. So hopefully, I really hope it's no more than that. Because this trip is really starting to add up. I didn't prepare for this. I mean, I don't know how anybody could have prepared for this, but I got Anna on my side. She's been calling the police in Poland, probably getting them to move a little bit quicker. So I just got off the phone with her. I went back there because I had my iPad. Fortunately, I was able to get Wi-Fi. So yeah, I messaged her, and then she told me that she called here for me, and they wrote down her phone numbers and stuff like that. So I went back to the office and back to the police station, and they let me call her, and we got to talk on the phone a little bit. And then after that conversation, she said that she was going to head to the police station to try to clear this situation up, because from our perspective, it's just a translator error. That's what it sounds like to me anyway, because I didn't do anything illegal. They're saying that I'm trying to travel without a visa, even though that doesn't make any sense because I don't need a visa. Okay, so the good news is Poland gave me permission to enter the country. The bad news is there are no flights that let me do it, because it's still illegal, not really, for me to leave Germany and go into Poland. I cannot get to Poland through any Schengen countries, which is pretty much every convenient country in the European Union. So I'm trying to get my flight from Istanbul, but it doesn't take me to Katowice. The managers at Lufthansa Airways are trying to find some flight that exists that flies me to Katowice that is non-Schengen, and it's pretty much impossible. And the last flight they quoted me flew me into Warsaw, and it was $2,000. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so I have no idea when I will be able to find a flight and fly out. It certainly won't be today. Although, the only thing I need to do is get a flight, show them a ticket, and then I'll get my passport back. Okay, I'm going to try to briefly describe how insane this situation is. So, I just got my bail money back, and I didn't even know I posted bail money. Like, that's how messed up this whole entire thing was. So, they took $300 from me, but they said it was for, I had to pay it for processing, like arresting me or whatever, and doing paperwork. I had no idea it was bail money and that I was going to get it back when I was out of this situation. But, very long story short, the translator was awful, and he didn't understand that when I said I wanted to live in Poland meant that I wanted to do it legally, that I wanted to apply for my residency, which I already knew that I had to do, and that I was going to Poland for this trip to do just that. And he told them that I was planning on staying there permanently on this trip. And I told him like 3 or 4 times that wasn't the case, that I was planning on going back to school to finish my classes and stuff. I said it to him and repeated it at
at least 2 times, and I'm almost certain 3 times. And I even brought up the whole leaving with a 90-day thing because I know that on my passport I'm able to stay there for 90 days without a visa. This is what I said to the translator. I don't know what he translated because I don't speak German, but the captain, police captain, he spoke 10 times better English than the translator did. And I was able to lay out all these facts and explain it to the police captain well before, in half the time. And yeah, so now I'm released. I even got my passports. I got my passport back and it's stamped. I'm in Germany right now. Before I was in limbo. I couldn't leave the terminal. Now I'm actually in Germany and I'm going up to the terminal. I don't have to fly some back way to get to Poland. I can just fly straight into Poland now. And I don't even have to pay for my ticket because they have to reissue me a new one because they held me for 14 hours. That's how long I was in custody for. 14 hours. Well, kind of detained, I guess. Custody only half the time. But anyway, I'm gonna get my ticket now.
Alright, so I got some good news, some great news, and some better news. The good news is I have some water. The better news, I also have a toothbrush and some stuff to clean up with because I smell like a garbage can. And the best news is that I have my ticket and it's straight to Katowice and I didn't have to pay for it. Oh my goodness. Oh, my head, it hurts so bad right now. This whole entire shenanigans of a trip has literally brought me to the edge. I will try to explain more in a moment. There's one easy way to explain all of this. It's that the translator was terrible. Fortunately, the police captain understood English and he spoke so much better English than the translator. The issue that occurred is that I told them that I am going to Poland and that I want to live with my girlfriend. Because that's the truth. And that's what I figured I should say. However, more than that, what I really needed to say was that I'm not staying beyond the 90 days that I'm allowed to. That within that 90 days, I'm applying for residency. Now, if I get residency, I can stay there for 3 years, I think. If it's temporary residency, permanent residency means I can just live there indefinitely. However, regardless of whether or not I get residency, I have to leave. Not because the 90-day thing, at that point, it wouldn't be the 90-day thing, but because I need to go back to school in Washington. I don't want to, but I'm reapplying for my master's and stuff like that, so yeah, I'm going back to Washington eventually, but just for school, and it will just be for a year. If that, because if I don't get accepted for a second time, then I'll probably just look for a school in Poland. And that's what I'd like to do. And I told them that. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to go to school in Poland, but that's like, I'm like next year, not now. And I tried to reiterate that to the translator because he was talking somewhat casually. And I was trying to explain to him like what my plans were and what my intentions were, especially for this trip. I don't know how he translated it, but he translated it wrong. And the captain that spoke really good English told me how he translated it. And I told the captain that I asked the interpreter multiple times why I needed a visa. Why do I need a visa if I'm only staying within the 90-day period? And he never explained it.
And so basically what happened, the way that I got out was that after I told the captain this, we went back to the interview room and we sat down and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna be super clear about it. And I told the captain exactly what I was trying to tell the interpreter, and they typed it up as a document or whatnot, the same way they did with the first interview. And I did it super clear. The captain was enunciating every single word, even in his super thick German accent. And I don't know, maybe 15 minutes later, they brought me my bag. They brought me my bail money that I previously paid that I had no idea about. And then they brought me my passport, and the guy's like, "Oh, did we stamp your passport? And I said, "No, you didn't stamp my passport." And he's like, "Okay, well, let me go do that real quick." And I was like, they didn't say anything to me. They just bring me my stuff and bring me my passport and stuff. And then he leaves for a minute, comes back and has it stamped, and he's like, "Okay, here's your passport." And then they take me around and escort me into Germany. Tell me where the Lufthansa check-in counter is. So I go over to the check-in counter over here because it was on the first floor, and that's where they told me to go. The police told me to go first. So I went over there and I told the lady that I needed a ticket reissued. She didn't know what the heck she was talking about. So she told me there was another counter up here. So that's where I went. I came upstairs and went to the second counter, and the lady over there was like super nice. She felt terrible because she had a similar experience but on American soil. So I was trying to explain briefly kind of like what was going on. She was like, "How did you miss your flight by 10 hours? And I was like, I was in custody and I couldn't get through immigration. And she's basically, she went through and she reissued my flight for free, obviously. And so my flight to Katowice leaves tomorrow, same time, 12:45. She gave me a couple waters. She gave me chocolate too, but it had milk in it. And I don't care how long I am in custody for, I still won't eat milk. So I do have cupcake and cookies that my sister made that are super delicious in my bag, but I already ate mine and the others are for Anna. And as much as I want to eat them, I can't bring myself to do it because they're hers. And we were supposed to be traveling together this entire day. And I was supposed to meet her here in Germany, and I should already be in Poland right now with her. We should be getting ready for bed. And I was so excited to be able to bring her the cupcake and cookies that are hers. And I'm still going to hold on to that. I'm not going to eat them. As hungry as I am, I'm just going to drink my water. I'm going to go down to the bathroom and brush my teeth and come back up here and go to sleep. It's been a really, really long day. And finally, it's over. I can go to sleep. I have my ticket. And tomorrow afternoon, I will be in Poland, just like I'm supposed to be.
Well, I got kicked out of my bed, so I'm gonna go down here and try to find something to eat. Well, I just got a fresh shave, brushed my teeth and stuff like that. I'm at my projected gate. I'm gonna have to check my gate in a couple hours to be sure that my plane is still scheduled here. But other than that, I'm inside, I'm ready to go, and next stop, Katowice. After 30 hours, finally getting on my plane. About time. place looks familiar. Last thing to do is just wait and see if my bags show up. Alright, got both my bags, and I'm rolling out now. I know she's going to be just right out here because we've done this before. Let's see, where's she at?
Dzień dobry, służba celna. Zapraszam do kontroli. Custom Service.
They had to pull me aside at least one more time before I got here. I said they had to pull me aside at least one more time before I got here. Oh, they wanted to check my passport, check my bags. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Alright, so we finally made it.